Hello, in this video what we're going to learn is how to dodge and burn an image. To dodge is to lighten an area of the picture, and to burn is to darken an area of the picture. Okay, so we've got to create two layers in order to do this task. The first thing I'm going to do is on my image I'm going to click on the little eyeglass here and choose my minus. Just bring my picture down slightly. I'm going to introduce my layers palette, and to introduce my layers palette I'm going to go to Window and choose Layers. And now on this side of the screen I will have my layers palette. Okay, I just move it over to the edge of the picture. What we want to do here is I'll just try this in the bin at the moment. What we want to do now is we want to create two layers. Okay, one of these layers is going to be called Dodge and the other is going to be called Burn. So to do that, I'm going to drag the layer down to the plus once and drag it down again, and I've got two layers. Now we've got to put the text in so we know what each layer's job is. This is our master, to which we will never carry out changes. This one is going to be called Dodge, and we're going to dodge at 30%. And the reason why I'm putting on 30% is because whenever we apply it, we want to apply it in a very liberal way that it's not going to be seen. In other words, you're not going to see any join in the picture where you had any hard edges. Okay, so we're going to use 30%. If I go up to my burn layer, I'm also going to use the burn layer at 30%. Okay. Now, once I have chosen the dodge, and you'll see that it must be highlighted, I'm going to go to my blend modes and I'm going to choose screen. Okay. What I'm then going to do is I'm going to press my option key, and whilst pressing my option key I'm going to press the layer mask and I'm going to hide it behind this black mask. It's very important that these little squares must be white and black and not the other way around when you create these layers. I go to my burn, and within my burn I'm going to actually multiply the image, and you can see it looks rather nasty at this particular stage, so I'm going to press multiply, and again I'm going to hide it behind the layer by pressing my option key or your alt key on the Windows computer and click, and I've hidden that behind. The first thing I want to do is I want to I'll do the dodging first of all. Okay, so to create the dodge, if we click on the dodge, you'll see a little box appear around the dodge. That tells us that this is now active. And if we go over and press the paintbrush at the top, we've got to choose a brush. So if we go in here, where just beside the paintbrush, if we go in here and choose a soft brush, when we move it out onto the image, you will see a circle. That circle is the area for which we're going to brush. The next thing we want to do is we're going to be doing it in normal mode, and we're going to be doing it at 30%. So this is where the 30% comes in. So 3-0. Press your tab key to move to the next one, 3-0, and your tab key to move to the next one, 3-0. And effectively that is it complete in terms of the computer instructions as to how this is going to be applied. So I've got 30, 30 and 30. Because this is a dodge layer, what I want to actually do is I just want to introduce a slight little brightness into the sky. Not a terrible lot. I'm just going to brush over the sky slightly. And you will see on my, if I turn it off and on, you can see that I have brightened the sky a little. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing with the sky at the bottom of the picture. And I'm going to introduce a little bit of brightness on a little bit of water at the far side. I've now dodged the picture, and you can clearly see that the dodge has worked here, here, and here. Now we're going to move on to burn. Again, we're going to ensure that these settings must be at 30%, and the burn is going to be, you will adjust the size of your brush in terms of the area that you work with, okay? So if it's a big area, you'll have a big brush. If you're going to move into a smaller area like this bridge, you will affect the bridge. So we're going to burn several parts of this. And I'm going to use the big brush first. I'm just going to burn in the trees. And up here. And that little bit of burning effectively just makes the tree stand out a little bit more, a little bit greener. Now we're going to burn the rocks down below. And this just makes the rocks a wee bit more prominent. And as you can see, if we now turn off and on, you can see that we have burned that image in because it's moved from being bright to being more contrasting. Lastly, we're going to do the bridge. And to do this, we're going to reduce the size of our brush slightly, just so that we can cover the areas of the bridge . And remember, the 30% is so that we don't see the join. And if we have a look now at the before and after, you can see that our burning has burned the bridge in. If I turn the burning off, you can see that our dodging has dodged the sky. So where we are at this particular stage is where we want to be with our dodging and burning. Of course, like everything else, in order for this to be made permanent, we've got to flatten the image. So if we go to layer, move down and flatten the image. We have now made those changes permanent.